Welcome to Newman News for 2020. We've had a great start to the year. Students, families and teachers have settled so well, exemplified by last night's PK-12 family mass. We had over 2,500 people verge on our Brother Terence Gleeson Oval, which was a beautiful evening. The theme for our Marist year is creating one new humanity, one wild and precious life. And certainly our aspirations this year is that every student and every teacher and all our families get to live the plan, let their gifts and talents shine as part of being part of this Newman College community. At the first assembly for Year 7 to 12, we focused a lot on the bushfires in the east, and we had a day across the school, a supporting day to raise funds for the bushfires. And thank you to all families and to students who wore something Australian as part of that fundraiser for the bushfires. We raised over $2,500, so thank you to families and thank you to students and to teachers who were part of this wonderful and supportive event, conscious of the tragedy and the crisis of what's happened across our country early this year. Our parent information evenings have kicked off this week, starting with Year 12 and 11, and they'll move through over the next 2 weeks across all year groups. Again, thank you to families for taking the time, I know in a busy schedule, to come to school, but that relationship with teachers is the most important thing that we offer here at Newman College. If we can get to meet our teachers, get to meet our PCG teachers, the experience for our students will certainly benefit for the course of 2020. Thank you to parents who came to our inaugural Parent Sundowner on the grass last Friday evening. We had over 250 parents, and thank you for taking the time again to come together. One of the strengths of our Marist community is how we're present to each other and how we build that family and community spirit. So to those 250 people, thank you, and to all of you, as we move through the year, there'll be other opportunities for families to come together. At the beginning of the year, as we do every year, we had ex-student mass for students who have been in Marist education across Western Australia, from New Norcia to Subiaco, the old Marist Subiaco, down to Bunbury. Thank you to all those students who came back, some heading towards their late 90s, but we had 100 people come along, and it was great to, again, bring people together. Moreover, to hear the stories of those who have gone before us and have had an experience of Marist education. Thank you for being part of our community. In the newsletter, you will see a whole range of activities and co-curricular opportunities and learning opportunities that will be described from respective leaders in our school. As you move through the newsletter, just for note, we again at the PK-12 Mass commissioned our leaders in Year 6 and Year 12, which was a great opportunity for recognition and affirmation of those students, and also great for their families and their grandies and other members who were able to be part of that commissioning. We list our new staff for 2020, and we welcome our new staff into the life of our school, and I look forward to each family getting to meet our staff. Starting in week 4, we resume our family mass every Thursday morning starting at 8:10 in the Champagne Chapel. Again, I welcome all families across the school to come together to celebrate mass and to celebrate our school. I draw your attention to the ministry section of our newsletter, where we have a reflection on our Philippine immersion students. We had 13 students from Newman College, 2 from St Joseph's Northam, and 4 staff who travelled to the Philippines. Please take time to have a look at their reflections about that immersion. In week 4, we have our community mass, which is starting at 8:10 every Thursday, and I encourage all families to be in attendance. Our primary school has started so well this year. So in the newsletter today, we have details in relation to our primary social committee, our first big family event, which is on next Friday afternoon at the Marion campus. We advertise our wellbeing program, Coda Dojo, and the Homework Club. In early childhood, Fitness Friday is back, and I've got to say Fitness Friday is a great way for families to come together. There's so much on offer for the kids. We have coffee on as well, so please take the time to come to Fitness Fridays at Marion. We're still calling for primary reps, so in early childhood it's really important that we have the opportunity to get primary reps for each class, and there's some details also about the parking. I know it's really difficult. I talk as a father too, dropping children off, so take time to read the instructions about the parking at Marion campus. There's so much happening at Marsland campus, and as you all know, our capital development project stage 1 is under full swing, and it's just going to be fantastic, the results of that build, but the students have started really well. So there's information in the newsletter in relation to secondary, our wellbeing program, the homework club is back up and running, our swimming carnival is on next week, as well as that we have our Year 12 retreat. So for those at the Marsland campus, please take time to read some really important information about the way We're starting term 1, and obviously the great news on our capital development plan. And finally for me, thank you for taking time to look at Newman News. It's such an important vehicle for us to communicate so many wonderful things that are happening in our school. I recognise we're a big community of 1,850 students, and we've got different parts of our school. But in our school, being a Mara school, the capacity to walk with your children in solidarity, to be a Mara school of family spirit and presence, this newsletter is a great example of the great things that are happening in our school. Have a good couple of weeks.